Your brain rejects 70% of new information. And the discovery I will share at the end of this is the one most psychologists never discuss publicly. The human mind is a complex and mysterious entity, capable of achieving great things, but also prone to self-doubt and negative self-talk. We often find ourselves held back by our own inner critic, that voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But where does this voice come from, and how can we learn to overcome it? According to Jordan Peterson, the inner critic is a result of our brain's tendency to prioritize security and stability over creativity and risk-taking. This is because our brain is wired to respond to threats, whether real or perceived, and to avoid danger at all costs. However, this can also lead to a kind of mental paralysis, where we become so afraid of failure that we never take the first step towards our goals. The next pattern is the one that keeps the most intelligent people trapped. As Jordan Peterson once said, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. But how can we live well when our inner critic is constantly telling us that we're not good enough? The answer lies in learning to reframe our negative self-talk, to challenge the assumptions and beliefs that hold us back. This requires a kind of mental discipline, a willingness to confront our own fears and doubts head-on. It's not always easy, but it's the only way to truly overcome our inner critic and unlock our full potential. What the research shows next will make you question every decision you have made this week. One of the most interesting things about the inner critic is that it's not always based in reality. Often, our negative self-talk is a result of past experiences, trauma, or societal expectations. For example, a person who was constantly criticized as a child may grow up with a harsh inner critic, always doubting their own abilities and second-guessing themselves. But this doesn't have to be the case. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and emotions, we can begin to challenge these negative patterns and replace them with more positive and empowering ones. This is where mindfulness and self-compassion come in, allowing us to develop a kinder and more supportive relationship with ourselves. The last insight on this list is the one most people cannot face about themselves. So, how can we apply this knowledge in our daily lives? The first step is to become more aware of our inner critic, to notice when it's speaking up and what it's saying. We can do this by practicing mindfulness, taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and observe our thoughts and emotions. We can also challenge our negative self-talk by asking ourselves if it's really true, or if it's just a product of our own fears and doubts. Finally, we can cultivate self-compassion by treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, just as we would a close friend. By taking these steps, we can begin to overcome our inner critic and unlock our full potential. In the end, it's up to us to take control of our own minds, to learn to navigate the complex and often treacherous landscape of our own thoughts and emotions. By doing so, we can overcome our inner critic and unlock our full potential, achieving great things and living a more fulfilling life. The discovery I promised to share with you at the beginning of this video is that our inner critic is not just a voice in our head, but a reflection of our own deepest fears and doubts. By confronting and overcoming these fears, we can silence our inner critic once and for all. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more mindset tips and strategies. #mindset, #psychology, #self-improvement. If this video helped you understand yourself or someone around you better, subscribe. New psychology insights every single day.